Unit 2. Build a quick, low fidelity prototype with scratch image. So here was the use case. Emma as a business analyst and John as a sales manager. And Emma has been asking to work with John for an app to checking the sales order by the sales employee, by the customer, by the status. And then when checking the sales order, and the sales manager would like to know about the sales amount, gross profit, shipping status for the line items, so on and so forth. And Emma would start with some discussion with John about the user experience, about the process flow. And then during the discussion, they're having some hand scratching for as a prototype. And the prototype will be look like this. First, if the app, this checking sales order app, will start with a list of sales order. So in the sales order, you're listing the sales order number and the amount, and then the status, and then when you select a specific sales order, you navigate to the detail of sales order and give you the line detail information, item, unit price, quantity, and gross profit, so on and so forth information for the checking. And then the end user would be able to navigate back to the list as well. Okay, so that was the idea they have discussed on the whiteboard, and then Emma take a photo what they have discussed on the whiteboard, and then using this scratched image as a material, as a source to build a prototype. Okay, now I'm going to switch to the build prototype, and then go to my workspace. I would like to create a new project. You can create a new project by clone the others. Now for here, I'm going to create a new project from scratch. And then I want to call this one as check order app, something like that. So you can give me some description. Check sales order app, and you can give it more description. And create project. And then what do you need to do first? Of course, you can create a persona for this end user, and by following all of the things. And then I would skip the create persona. First, I would like to invite my team member or your team member which would like to collaborate to design of the user experience with you. So you simply enter their email address. I would like to put your email address, and then you edit, and then you can send an email for them to invite it. Okay, and then now I would like to start with the prototyping. I click the start prototyping, and then basically for the prototyping, you can create a prototyping with the several template bit listing here. So the first one is you can prototyping with the scratch image. You can upload some image, and using the image for the prototyping to create a clickable prototype, or either you can create some freestyle or responsive or object page, work list, master detailed, and smart list report. And in this demo, I'm going to using the sketch image. So before that, we need to upload, import some image. So I already have two image prepared. So one is for the list of the order, and the other one is for this detailed sales order. On that, I'm going to select the list page. Okay, second one, import the detailed order page. And adding my second page for the detail object. So this one is just help you to create some clickable, so it doesn't need to be the real. So this would be the entry for the checking the sales order. You're showing the list of sales order. I'm going to, let's say, when the end user click here, and then you're going to be navigate to this next page for the detail order. And when the end user click the backward icon here, and then you navigate back to the sales order list. Okay, very simply with that. And then now we can have a quickly to preview how the navigation will be look like. Okay, now I want to see how it look like in the phone size, and you can also have a tablet and smartphone. Okay, as this will be the first page of our app, and then when I mouse over here, remember I have a clickable link here. When I click here, and then you navigate to the sales order detail page, and then when I click the back icon, and then you navigate me back to the original one. Okay, so this is the low fidelity prototyping. Maybe this will be good for the discussion interview with end user, and during the discussion you dropping on the whiteboard and take a photo, and then you can now the next one, the demo I want to show you is to based on this scratch image prototyping, I want to I want to collect the feedback from the end user here. And then in order doing that, I would like to create a study that means the user research survey for this project, and click the create study, and then I want to call this study, say check sales order study, give a name for that, study for check order app, and then you can create the study. And then now in the study, now you can select, you can create a question, the question for the each page. So for this one, by default you are having the first page, the sales order page. Now I'm going to start with the new question. Click start the list page, and for the list page, I want to ask the question: what field the end user would like to be displayed in the order list for the summary? So you can ask what field to be listed on the list page. What field of order? And then you can ask the end user to respond to me, to reply to me. It can be by some notation, or you can ask them to enter some text, something like that. For our case, we are going to giving a certain option, and then they can check the checkbox for the option for that. So I would like to enable the multiple answer. So maybe the first field to be shown, maybe the sales order entry, doc entry, and the second one, it could be the sales amount. If you have more, you can add more, and then here you can having the status. And because remember the user case, they also would like to checking the sales order, filter the sales order by the by certain criteria, by the customer, by the sales employee, and so on and so forth. So maybe this one would be good to have a customer as well. Yeah, and then you can having the other option. Say if they can having others, and then they can make some annotation, the feedback on that. All right, so now I'm going to say yes, done for this one. And then you having more question, you can ask more question. You can create a new question for the second page, what to be showing the line detail as well. And then now you can have a previewed before you publish the study to the end user, and you can have a previewed. So you can start the survey, and then you're showing the question, a list of question. You have multiple questions here. For us, we only have one. So the first question is, what field of order will be listed in the order page, and then how to respond. Having several options. Okay, maybe the end user. Assume I'm an end user. Maybe I want to see it. I want to see, of course, the document entry, the amount, the status, and the customer. Or maybe you would like to having another field, maybe something else, and then you can place some feedback, easily, like click the feedback, and then you have you can click to have a comment here. Say, please add the sales employee as well as something, and then you can giving the giving the ranking about this design is a good design or bad design as well. You can save it. Okay, so and then now that's the how the end user, and then once you have finished the design of the survey, and then now you can invite the other user by publish the survey. When you publish the survey, and then you can invite people. This is your survey, and then now you can invite the end user to participate this survey. You can click invite participant. So your customer's email address or something like that, and then they can log on. Then they will receive the email, and then by opening the URL in the email, and they can accomplish the feedback and give you more feedback, accurate feedback on the page design, on the field, or the design of the user experience. Okay, so that's the end of the set unit number 2 with the lower fidelity demo.